Right now at 6, Jasper County authorities say a person of interest in a fatal stabbing investigation is in custody, but the suspect is still on the loose.
And we had some severe weather last night and still some more rain chances as we continue through today. I'll have more details for you up next.
Plus, experts stress the role of a basic disaster supplies kit during times of severe weather.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning, 4 states, and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Lindsay Gaffney.
Lindsay, thanks so much for being here today on International Women's Day, no less.
Yes.
So yes, happy International Women's Day to you. What's the weather looking like for this beautiful Friday, or chilly Friday, I should say?
Yeah, it is a chilly Friday, and we do still have some rain chances throughout the day, but it should clear out, mostly just cloudy today. Temperature right now is 52, and we're not getting much warmer than that, with our high being around noon. It's only getting up to right around 54 to 55 degrees, so it's not going to be a super warm day. However, it is pretty calm winds, and the clouds do stick around, but the rain does move out of the way. Pretty good visibility as well. Now, from yesterday, we have a flood advisory in some of our eastern counties, Stockton and Greenfield, just east of Pittsburgh. And we also had some hail reports as that system moved through Independence and Coffeyville. That is where we had a radar indicated tornado. It was a funnel cloud that moved through that area. And we can see didn't leave much rain behind, but it was a pretty severe system as we were out there storm tracking that system. And we got some live footage for it. You can check it out on Facebook or YouTube. And we also had some pretty heavy rain right over here in our eastern counties. That is where the flood advisory is for. So any low-lying fields, any low roads near waterways, there could be some hazardous driving conditions with that, and should clear out as we move through the weekend. We're going to have some pretty sunny skies just after today. So today we'll have some more rain chances, mostly in our southern counties, and clouds, but they do clear out tomorrow. Mostly cloudy. Then as we move to Sunday, temperatures warm back up, and it'll be sunny skies. And I'll have a lot more details for you up next.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. We'll check in with you soon. With Severe Weather Preparedness Week, authorities take this time to highlight the importance of having a basic disaster supplies kit ready in case of severe weather. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has more.
I had kind of always shied away from the idea of being a quote-unquote prepper, and that ended that.
That Webb City resident Rio Michelle Parker is referring to is the Joplin tornado in 2011. While she doesn't consider herself a prepper, she's ready in case of severe weather.
Whenever you have kids or grandchildren, like I do, you want to be able to even be the go-to.
Every person in her family has a bug-out bag, labeled and organized.
You know, my son has autism, and his situation, you just realize really early on with anyone, whenever you're caring for anyone with special needs, they're probably not going to be able to put together the things that they may need in that situation.
To come up with the items she added to their bags, she followed the Federal Emergency Management Agency recommendations. According to the Dunwich Fire Department, water and non-perishable food, a flashlight, batteries, and a first aid kit are essential. Another recommendation is having a weather radio like this one, especially in case you lose internet connection.
They can tell you when the storm is over. It'll tell you where it's at. Make sure you have enough batteries to where you don't run out of battery.
Whistle to signal for help, medications, and supplies for your pets are also essential items to keep handy.
At least have a day supply, just in case you get trapped somewhere, and just be ready for the worst and hope for the best.
Another thing to keep in mind is have a plan of action.
If they set the sirens off, let's take our shelter.
And support those who might need help.
We need to focus on the members of our family that, aren't going to have that list to go from, that may not know what to do instantaneously.
Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
Cash, including change, could also be important to have in your bug-out bag. And don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Jasper County authorities say a person of interest in a fatal stabbing investigation is in custody, but the suspect is still on the loose. They've arrested Paul Phillips Jr. of Seneca, Missouri, a person of interest in the stabbing death of Seth Langford. Authorities in Cherokee County, Kansas, Wednesday gave chase to a vehicle that went to a home in Jasper County, Missouri. They surrounded the property and eventually broke in with the battering ram. They didn't find anyone in that home, but later found Phillips at a nearby house. Authorities are still searching for Scott Burleson of Wyandotte, Oklahoma, the man they've charged with second-degree murder in that case. A crash in Carthage, Missouri claimed the life of a Nevada man. It happened yesterday morning near I-49 and Central in Carthage. Police say 29-year-old Andrew Corriston left the roadway to the right and struck a traffic signal. His SUV then caught fire. Corriston died at the scene. 2 people were injured after a wreck in Ottawa County, Oklahoma, between a motorcycle and a pickup. It happened Wednesday shortly before 6:30 p.m. near the intersection of Highway 59 and East 220 Road. That's around 2 miles east of Afton. The motorcycle rider was airlifted to a hospital in Joplin with critical injuries. The driver of the pickup was taken to the hospital in Miami, but has since been released. That's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. The Las Vegas Aces have become the first WNBA team to ever sell out its season tickets. Plus, President Biden delivers a fiery State of the Union address. We'll have the latest. And Lindsay joins us back at the Skywatch Weather Center for some more news. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
Are available online now at KansasCrossingCasino.com. Your entertainment destination.
Topping Nation Watch this morning, for the first time in a decade, there's been a decrease in U.S. consumer credit scores. FICO, an analytics company that determines borrowers' strength, says the national average score dropped from 718 in July to 717 in October. The last time this happened was in 2013, when the average FICO score fell 2 points to 690. Many economists say this 1-point dip isn't an economic red flag, but it can be seen as a sign that some U.S. households are feeling economic stress. Officials at FICO say it largely comes from missed payments and higher debt levels. Other factors include high interest rates and rises in the cost of living. Despite the latest data, FICO says scores are still above pre-pandemic levels. Discount grocer Aldi announces a major expansion in the U.S. The German company plans to open 800 new stores nationwide over the next 5 years in a $9 billion expansion. Aldi said it wants to bring the lowest possible prices during a time when consumers are more focused on saving money than ever. The chain did not reveal specific locations, but it said it wants to strengthen what it calls already a strong presence in the Northeast and Midwest. It also wants to expand out west in Southern California, Phoenix, and new cities like Las Vegas. Some of the new locations will be store conversions from its now complete purchase of Winn-Dixie and Harvey's supermarkets. Making history, the Las Vegas Aces have become the first WNBA team to ever sell out its season tickets. The Aces are returning to this season to defend their back-to-back championship, hoping for a third. Thursday, the franchise announced it has sold approximately 8,600 season ticket memberships. Aces president called the achievement a special milestone. Last season, the Aces also led the league in attendance, averaging nearly 10,000 fans per game at Michelob Ultra Arena and Mandalay Bay. The Aces will open up the 2024 season at home against the Phoenix Mercury on May 14th. Former GOP Congressman George Santos announced he's running for the U.S. House again. Santos, who once represented New York's 3rd District, was expelled from the House last year after a scathing ethics report that criticized his misconduct and possible misuse of campaign funds. He was seen Thursday night at the U.S. Capitol during President Biden's State of the Union address. Santos posted his intent to run during Biden's speech using the X social media platform. But this time, Santos says he's running for New York's 1st District, challenging the seat held by Republican Nick LaLota, who led the charge to expel Santos last year. Last night, President Biden delivered a fiery State of the Union address before a divided Congress at the American public less than 8 months before November's general election. In it, the president touted his administration's accomplishments and drew a stark contrast to his likely 2024 GOP rival, though some top Republicans have criticized the address as overly partisan. CBS News correspondent Willie James Inman has more on how the night unfolded and the reaction from Capitol Hill.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
President Biden came out swinging in an election year State of the Union address, hitting many of the key issues on voters' minds, like his age.
The issue facing our nation isn't how old we are, it's how old are our ideas.
Reproductive rights.
I'll restore Roe v. Wade as the law of the land again.
The economy and immigration.
We need to act now.
The president sometimes sparred with Republican lawmakers, like this response to Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene over the killing of a young Georgia woman, allegedly by a suspect who illegally entered the U.S. from Venezuela.
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal.
The president also took on his likely 2024 GOP rival, former President Donald Trump, referring to him as my predecessor 13 times.
What's happened now is a horror show.
Trump slammed the address on social media, calling it, quote, an angry, polarizing, and hate-filled speech, while Alabama Senator Katie Britt delivered the official GOP response with her kitchen as the backdrop.
President Biden just doesn't get it.
On foreign policy, Biden vowed to stand up to Russian President Vladimir Putin. As pro-Palestinian protesters stood outside the Capitol, inside, the president announced plans to build a temporary port to get more humanitarian aid into Gaza, and he pledged to bring Israeli hostages taken by Hamas home. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Today, President Biden returns to the campaign trail with an event planned in Philadelphia. He and former President Trump will hold dueling rallies in Georgia tomorrow. That's a look at some of today's top national stories. Now here's Lindsay with a look at your forecast.
All right, so we had some severe weather last night and still some showers through the area. I'll have a lot more details for you after the break.
Indigo Sky Casino is the place to play for cash and gold.
Don't wait. The 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
Kramer's Meats in Joplin, serving great meals to the 4 states since 1955.
Well, instead of just reading headlines, her bosses say this reporter put her head on the line. Not that she had much of a choice when a bird started attacking her. Jan Moose explains.
Look at this.
Reporters are supposed to be able to wing it, but this was like something out of the birds. Okay, maybe not that extreme, but Australian reporter Ursula Hager was filing a report for 10 News First when she got dive-bombed over and over.
Involving a taxi fare on January the 30th last year in Twickenham, an area southwest of London. Now this allegedly
dive-bombed 9 times. Her own station called it impeccable journalism, while her cameraman said,
"That's the funniest thing."
Instead of doing this, Ursula did this.
Just stood there and took it.
At least she didn't get used as a landing strip by, say, a robin or a pet parrot.
One just landed on the umpire.
And Ursula didn't get her earbud plucked like this reporter in Chile.
Hoy en día se puede considerar.
Ironically, he was reporting on a rise in robberies. They did manage to get the earbud back from the parrot. The way Ursula handled the attack was a feather in her cap.
One of the most ridiculous moments of my life.
Could have been worse if she got pecked by a woodpecker. Jeannie Most, CNN, New York.
That's never happened to me out there in the field, but she handled it extremely well, and that was really fun to watch. All right, now here's Lindsay with a quick look at your forecast.
Well, we had some severe weather yesterday with a tornado indicated on the radar in Coffeyville, but the rest of us just got some thunderstorms. Now moving through today, pretty cloudy, overcast conditions, and there may be some showers across the area, mostly in our southern counties. And I'll have all of the details for you right after the break.
Outpost Casino is celebrating the return of spring with over 250
and grow. Integris Health, partnering with people to live healthier lives.
Well, we had some severe weather yesterday. We actually went out in the storm tracker out to Coffeyville, where there was a tornado indicated on the radar. Now, this wasn't a tornado on the ground, but it was a funnel cloud, which signifies that this storm was strong enough to produce a tornado. So it was a pretty severe event yesterday. We had some hail up to about an inch. We're going to take a look at that as well. But out here, 7th range line in Joplin, just cloudy skies. Looks like the rain has cleared out of there off to the east. So we won't see much more rain today, just some light showers across the region. Now, due to the rain yesterday, there is a flood advisory out for some of our eastern counties, and that is just east of Pittsburgh and Nevada. Now, it's due to all of the heavy amounts of rain we got last night, causing some of the low-lying roads, low fields, and anywhere near waterways to be flooded. So there could be some traffic issues, and also just, some flooding in the area you might want to watch out for. In addition to that, yesterday we had the hail alerts. A report was made of an inch of hail. So it was a pretty hefty hail along with that tornado that was indicated on the radar. We were out there tracking that system. If you want to take a look at the clips that we got, it's on Facebook and YouTube. So you can check and see what that system looked like. Maybe prepare yourself for the next system as we are entering severe weather season now. So that was the system that came through yesterday, and this morning this was the rain. Now, like I said, most of it is off to the east now, clearing out. We do see some more rain showers for our southern counties, and that'll be coming in a little bit later this afternoon, but we won't see much more heavy rainfall until next week. This is where the heaviest rainfall fell, why we have our flood advisory for that area, and you can see most of us just got about an inch, but pretty heavy rainfall out in the eastern counties. Now, this is where that tornado was indicated. Out in Coffeyville, we got some heavy rain. It was a pretty, severe event. And like I said, you can see that funnel cloud on Facebook. It's a pretty remarkable thing to look at. Now, we had the warnings, and it's going to continue on. It wasn't long, about 5:30 to 6 p.m. So it didn't touch ground, but there was that funnel cloud, and we are entering severe weather season, so we could see a lot more of that. Starting your day today off to school, still possibly some showers across the area, 53 for our low, but unfortunately it is still going to be close to our high, with our high only being about 54 degrees around noon. It's going to cool off pretty quickly, so by the time you're heading back home from school, it's just going to be cloudy, but the same temperature, about 53 degrees. So it's not a drastic increase in temperatures. Now here's the rain chances we have off to the east this morning, and some more showers roll through our southern counties, just some light scattered showers across the region, and then it forms into a line as it continues on through the area, possibly seeing maybe some snow mix, but that's around 1 a.m. and temperatures do cool off quite a bit down to the 20s and warming up to the 30s by 6 a.m. tomorrow, only getting up to the 50s again tomorrow. So it's not going to be a warm start to your weekend, but we won't see much more rain in accumulation throughout the day, only up to about half an inch, maybe a bit more in some of those southern counties. It is a low risk for severe storms, as you could see some thunderstorms develop. However, it's not going to be as severe as what we saw yesterday. Yesterday we had the hail chances, strong winds, and a slight risk for tornadoes. Now today it's just going to be some thunderstorms across the region in the southern counties. It is a cool start to your weekend, with our high being 52 on Saturday, still some clouds in the area. Clouds do clear, and by Sunday it's going to be in the 60s and sunny. So it's going to warm up pretty quickly and hopefully evaporate some of that rain in the flooded areas we have off to the east. This is our next look at the system moving in next week. We have it coming through Tuesday, just some light showers, but it's going to be picking up as we continue into Thursday, is where we'll get our heaviest chance of rain right there. Now, like I said, we do have those rain chances next week, but we have a few days of sunny skies starting off our week, but looking ahead to some thunderstorm chances. I will have more details after the break.
Well, elderly people living in rural areas have higher mortality rates due to poor access to health care. A study in Norway finds people over 70 who live in areas with populations under 10,000 are more likely to die than elderly people in cities. The study's authors say rural medicine facilities often have strained resources, which may be to blame for the disparity. Many people who take an aspirin a day for their health don't need to. About 1 in 4 adults take aspirin 3 times a week to prevent heart attack and stroke. But a University of Michigan study shows more than half of those people have no risk of cardiovascular disease. New guidelines suggest the only people with a history of cardiovascular disease should take aspirin as a preventative measure. And research say there's found a new way to determine who's at risk for getting severe COVID. Researchers in Japan looked at a protein in the blood called plasminogen, which helps dissolve blood clots. People with lower levels of the protein tend to be more at risk to get severe cases of COVID. This could be used as a biomarker to help improve COVID treatment. Let's look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back.
In the heart of Grove, Oklahoma, a new era of healthcare has arrived.
Explain. It's soda, the best ice in the world, plus a refreshing blend of coconut, sweet cream, and lime. When it's that delicious, you can call it whatever the heck you want. New dirty drinks now at Sonic.
Right now at 6:30, Franklin Technology Center hosted its annual career fair at the Joplin High School.
And we had some severe weather yesterday and continued rain chances into the morning hours. We'll have more details for you up next.
Plus, students in McDonald County Elementary get an up-close and personal education on exotic animals.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning, 4 states, and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:31. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Lindsay Gaffney.
Yes, we have meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joining us today. How are you doing on this Wednesday, getting up early?
It is pretty early for me that I'm used to, but so far so good.
Yeah, we're happy to have you, and I know it's going to be a little bit chillier with some more chances of rain.
Yes, just some light showers, nothing like we saw yesterday, but it will be chilly all the way through Saturday. So a chilly start to your weekend, but as we continue on to the weekend, it's going to go to up to the 60s. Looking forward to that, but starting today, only in the 50s, with our temperature right now being 52 degrees. Good visibility. Winds are pretty calm, but we do have those overcast conditions and still some showers to come through in our southern counties. Most of the rain right now has cleared off of the eastern counties, so most of our central and northern counties are pretty clear. Not much going on, no rain, but we do still see those overcast conditions. And from yesterday, we have a flood advisory. This is in some of our eastern counties, Stockton and Greenfield, just east of Pittsburgh. That's due to all of the rain that we got yesterday. We also had some hail reports, and those got up to almost an inch of hail. So it was a pretty serious system that went through Coffeyville. We were out there tracking it, and like I said, we had some pretty heavy rain in those eastern counties. Now you can see this rain has started to clear off to the east. We don't have any more rain mostly in our northern and central counties, but we do still have some rain chances coming through our southern counties, and I'll have more details for you up next.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. We'll check in with you soon. Well, the famous Route 66 is almost 100 years old. It'll hit a century mark in 2026, but the city of Joplin is looking ahead to the celebrations. They held a meeting yesterday with the state's Route 66 Centennial Commission to discuss special events surrounding the festivities, including selfie signs and tour stops.
Commissioners throughout this 2-year time frame preparing for what kinds of activities can we have in communities like Joplin, like Springfield, where we have Route 66 running through our communities. So this is a commission that's getting out into those areas across the state to find out what are the best ways we can celebrate.
The group also established when and where they should be meeting in the future. Franklin Technology Center hosted its annual career fair yesterday at the Joplin High School. The fair gave students a chance to learn more about careers and higher education opportunities. More than 70 representatives from colleges, universities, career and technical schools, branches of military, local businesses, and industries signed up to participate.
The career fair is for our students to broaden their horizons and see what local industry is available to them. Also, career and technical schools, post-secondary education available to them, and programs that they can further their education in if they would like to as well.
About 1,600 students at Franklin Tech and Joplin High School attended the fair. The Ronald McDonald House Charities of the 4 states has a new executive director. Lori Jones is taking over the position. She's previously served at nonprofits, including the Children's Center of Southwest Missouri.
So I've got a lot of learning to do, and I've got a lot of listening to do. So while I can see some things that I'm looking forward to changing, I'm not in a big hurry to do any of that. So this ship has been sailing in a really good position for many, many years. And so I really want to build some strong relationships with the volunteers in the community and then see where we can go. I do have some grant writing experience, so I'm hopeful that I might be able to look for some opportunities to inject some more financial support.
Ronald McDonald House Charities has been helping families in the 4 states since 1996. Yesterday was Think a Farmer Day, so the Missouri Farm Bureau and local FFA chapters came together to support the Ronald McDonald House. The donors provided food, pantry items, and grocery gift cards to the charity. The Missouri Farm Bureau started Think a Farmer Week to celebrate the abundance of food and other products produced by farmers in the Show Me State and nationwide.
They had fun shopping, and I think they enjoyed being able to take part in something like this and knowing that it's going to a good cause and to people in the community.
Searching for more ways that we can do it, and we've done some, and we just want to do more each and every year. And this is just a great way that we're able to give back, that we're able to connect with our community.
This is the 26th year of Think a Farmer Day. Well, students at White Rock Elementary in McDonald County came face to face with some exotic animals yesterday afternoon. The furry, feathery, and scaly animals are from the Dickerson Park Zoo in Springfield. The event was inspired by the Dr. Seuss novel, If I Ran the Zoo. According to faculty, the presence of the animals sparks students' curiosity and gets them asking questions. Overall, the goal is to get students more engaged and excited about learning.
It's fun to see like our junior high kids get excited about it, our pre-K kids get excited about it, even our kitchen staff and our office staff are all voting on it too. So it's like the whole school is just like pumped up with the energy of reading and enjoying a good book.
Some of the animals showcased included a chinchilla, a ball python, and a Swainson's hawk. Let's look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. If it's Friday, you know what that means. We've got Shannon Becker live in the studio to help us close out the week with the big 3 news stories. And rain chances continue. We'll have what to expect with Lindsay Gaffney in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
KOAM.
Welcome back. We've got Shannon Becker in the studio with his big 3 news stories of the week. Good morning, Shannon.
Good morning, Elise, and welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for you to finally join us here.
You guys, you're doing an amazing job. And that young lady over that weather desk, everybody's been talking about her. She's doing great too.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look at the big 3 stories this week. What's going on live and local? It was early yesterday morning, about 5 a.m. A crash at I-49 and 171 highway in Carthage. An SUV struck a traffic signal, knocking all the lights down off that track to the ground. And then also that SUV caught fire. The young man was actually from Nevada, Missouri, 29-year-old, and he was pronounced at the scene. Our number 2 story, KOAM News Now. Now this is the ongoing saga.
Yes.
2 men, this is over the weekend, are now related to a fatal stabbing. One on the right there is in custody. Kansas authorities chased him to a residence on South Malang Road. It was about 5 hours on Wednesday as SWAT teams moved in to this trailer home because the car that he was fleeing police in was located behind that home. However, when they break into the house, he was not there. No one was there, in fact, after they put gas and all the different agents inside, you know. However, they got a tip at the very last moment as they were leaving. He was at a residence on West 7th Street, not very far away. And here he is right there. That's where he was arrested, taken into custody.
So he's been arrested, but he hasn't been charged.
He was charged. No,
he
yesterday.
was charged yesterday? Okay,
afternoon, he was charged. It's a long list of charges.
Okay.
I'll show this to you in a minute. But anyway, they're still looking for one man, outstanding, Scott Burleson. Click our news tab on our website, more details. Our number 1 story, this is a little bit lighter noted here. Have you seen this? Highway patrolman up in Boone County.
I don't think so.
A 14 to 1,800 pound round bale. That's what they say. Yeah. This has got about 750,000 plays on our website. Can you believe this? Yeah.
Incredible.
Do you think you could do that? Well, this is Isaiah LeMasters. You know why he can do it. He's a physical fitness award, the class of 2022 for the Highway Patrol. Yeah.
Look at that. That's incredible. Wow. I mean, never in a million years would I ever be able to do that. I think Chris and I were like, even us together couldn't do that.
You must be good at geometry too, because he had just the right angle and all that stuff.
Honestly, wow.
It's become such a talked about thing online, like, oh, those things don't weigh nothing. I'm like, I want to see people, I want to see him toss those things around. It's really, really fun. And then our bonus story of the week, it's a landmark that's coming down in Liberal, Missouri, the Lipscomb Grain Elevator. This is KOAM Skyview. Ty Parks was there the other day. I think what he does with the drone is so incredibly cool.
He's so incredible. We're so lucky to have him here.
But I did me some live video, and you know, we were down on the ground. But still, it's really fascinating to see. It was built in 1950, 75 years. I think it's about 15 stories tall. Well, not anymore. It's obviously a lot lower. They're still working on it now. They demolished it. It's been unused for decades. It's on railroad property, and they can't just blow it up because it's right there in the middle of town. I mean, there's houses real close.
You had a pretty good crowd come out to watch it, too, if I remember correctly.
It's still going. Still going down.
Still going down. All right, wonderful.
It's the big 3 stories of the week.
Big 3 stories of the week. This is why you're here. This is why he comes, because he's so fantastic. Thank you so much, Shannon.
You're too kind.
Thank you. And stick around. We'll be right back with some more news.
Sight and Sound Theaters in Branson, Missouri.
Everyone has a story.
And it's time for some birthdays here in the 4 states. Starting off our list with Gunnar Northcutt, who turned 6 years old today. Says kindergartner at Uniontown Elementary, who likes to ride his 4-wheeler and play outside with his brother. Happy birthday to you, Gunnar.
And next up, Braden Smithson, who turned 7 today out in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Happy birthday, Braden.
And Addison Avery turns 11 years old today from Girard, Kansas. Happy birthday, Addison.
And a big 16th birthday to Grace Reno out in Webb City, Missouri. Happy sweet 16th birthday. Love mom, dad, and sister.
And Jaden Clouch is turning 17 years old today from Chanute. Happy birthday, Jaden.
And another big birthday, 18, Brandon Bishop out in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Happy 18th birthday, Brandon.
Jennifer Ledger celebrating birthday number 32. It says, happy birthday. Hope you have a great day. Love your mom and all of your girls. Happy birthday, Jennifer.
And Jordan Meadows, who also turned 32 today, out in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Happy birthday, Jordy man, from me, Ma, Dad, and Mother Leah.
And Leanne Langen has a birthday today from Oronogo. Happy birthday, Leanne.
Another big birthday, Wayne Thomas out in Columbus, Kansas. Happy birthday, Wayne.
Now, happy birthday to one of our very own KOAM marketing consultant, J.W. McCoy.
And Lloyd Woods, happy birthday, 81st birthday out in Baxter Springs, Kansas.
And Floyd Woods, who's turned 81 from Pittsburgh today. Happy birthday to you, Floyd.
Few more birthdays. Amy Higgins, happy birthday, Amy.
And Charles True is celebrating another year wiser. Happy birthday, Charles.
Ginger Roberts, happy birthday. Happy birthday from your family in Parsons.
And Bill Hickman is turning 85 years old today from Deerfield, Missouri. Happy birthday, Bill. Now over to Lindsay for, excuse me, first let's see where we can submit these next birthday photos to. Birthdays at KOAMnewsnow.com. Make sure to submit birthday messages, photos, and whatever you so desire. Make sure you hit those deadlines there at the bottom to ensure that we wish you a happy birthday live on air. Now over to Lindsay with a check at the forecast.
All right, so outside right now, 7th and Rangeline, you can see those clouds. However, most of the rain has cleared out of here, but we do still see some showers in some of our southern counties. But traffic has started to pick up as we're moving into the later morning hours, right about the time you're getting off to work or school today. It is going to be a chilly day ahead, though. Now, we have a flood advisory for some of our eastern counties out over here east of Pittsburgh and Nevada. That's due to all of the heavy rain we got yesterday. In addition to that, some hail reports from the severe system that came through Coffeyville and Caney yesterday, just south of Independence, up to almost an inch of hail size. So it was a pretty big event. Now, we did have a radar indicated tornado. It was a funnel cloud that came through the area. However, it did not touch down, but we did still see some pretty heavy rain and some hail reports as well. So that came through around 6 p.m. yesterday. The rest of us just got some thunderstorms across the area. It has cleared out mostly off our eastern counties. So right now it's pretty clear across the region. Still cloudy conditions, but no more rain for the time being. We'll have some more chances as we move into the later hours today. This is where our heaviest amount of rain fell. As you can see, it was up to about 5 inches of rain. So we have that flood advisory, and that's in case, there's any low roads anywhere near waterways or just low-lying grass fields. We could see some flooding in that area, and it could cause some traffic issues. So you will need to watch out for that if you're going over to the eastern counties, Stockton and Greenfield. Now, over here is where we saw that radar indicated tornado that went through Coffeyville. We were actually out there tracking that system yesterday around 6 p.m. and we did have the tornado warning for the area due to that radar indicated funnel cloud. However, we did not see any reports of the tornado touching down, so it was just the funnel cloud that came through, and it did clear out. And we also had those hail reports, so it was a nice start to our severe weather season. As we continue on, we'll have more of those, but it was a nice start. Nothing too severe, no actual tornado on the ground, so it was a just easing us into the severe weather season. Now across the region, temperatures in the 50s, 51 in Parsons, 50 in Pittsburgh, and 51 in Joplin. You can see mostly just lower 50s, and it's going to stay like that all day today, with our temperatures only getting up to about 54 for our high today. So it's going to be a pretty chilly day today. Now, rain does clear out off the east, and continuing on, we see this next system kind of come through. Just some light showers across the southern counties. It's going to make its way through there and around 9-10 p.m. But in the overnight hours in our southeastern counties, we could see a bit of a rain mix. Now, it's not going to stick or anything, but temperatures do drop pretty drastically. the snow comes in after it leaves our area, so should just be rain for that region. But those temperatures are going to drop down to the 30s, so it's going to be a pretty chilly start to our Saturday, with the rain amounts only totaling up to about 1/2 of an inch, maybe a little bit more. And the northern counties got the most amount of rain yesterday, so it's just fair that the southern counties get just as much rain. We need it across the region. There is a low risk for severe storms. It's not going to be anything like what we saw yesterday, but we will still see some possible thunderstorm chances in those southern counties. Starting off tomorrow, temperatures 52 for our high, but they warm up 62 on Sunday. Clouds clear, and we are looking forward to a warmer, sunny Sunday, with our next system making its way on Tuesday, with the heaviest amount of rain actually coming through on Thursday, with some thunderstorm chances Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we'll have those chances for you next week, only about 30% chance, but we do see some more rain chances as we continue through the week. Coming up, when the KOAM morning news switches on over to Fox 14, hear how a dog calming people at the dentist.
324th Bomb Squadron. The Jasper, Missouri native participated in many bombing raids over Europe as a tail gunner on a B-17. We are proud to salute Harlan Bunn.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Jasper County authorities have arrested Paul Phillips Jr., a person of interest in the stabbing death of Seth Langford. Authorities in Cherokee County, Kansas yesterday gave chase to a vehicle that went to a home in Jasper County, Missouri. No one was found in that home, but later found Phillips at a nearby house. Authorities are still searching for Scott Burleson, the man they've charged with second-degree murder in that case. This week has been a severe weather preparedness week. Authorities highlighted the importance of having a basic disaster supplies kit ready in case of severe weather. FEMA and the Dunwich Fire Department advise having water and non-perishable food, a weather radio, a flashlight, batteries, and a first aid kit in your bug out bag, just to name a few things. We have a full list of items recommended on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Yesterday was Thank a Farmer Day, so the Missouri Farm Bureau and local FFA chapters came together to support the Ronald McDonald House. The Missouri Farm Bureau started Thank a Farmer Week to celebrate the abundance of food and other products produced by farmers in the Show Me State and nationwide. This is the 26th year of Thank a Farmer Day. Now to check up today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
Now, we had some rain yesterday, some thunderstorms, and actually a tornado warning out in Coffeyville. But moving forward, Friday, just some showers, and as we continue through the weekend, it's going to be sunny, temperatures warm back up, but more rain chances next weekend, possibly some thunderstorms as we continue through the week.
Well, it's going to be sunny again this weekend, which is, I mean, after yesterday, I think we could all use a sunny day.
Definitely.
Well, coming up today at noon, we're making baked biscuit cups in the Mr. Food Test kitchen.
Your morning news continues on KOAM CBS Mornings.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, the Cherokee Arts Council joins us to share about their performance of Big Fish.
Plus, Shannon Becker joins us back in the studio to talk about his big 3 stories of the week. But that'll wrap it up for now. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
And we'll see you today at noon.
LSU Ag Center, this is Craig Gotro reporting.
All right.